54 million Americans have been in credit card debt for at least a year, according to a new study by Bankrate.
But who's carrying the most debt may surprise you. On your side's Christine Lazar joins us now with the details. I'm very curious about this one.
Me too.
Well, I mean, I will say, look, debt is a problem for almost every income bracket, every person, every age.
We were just talking, we're looking at our bank account this morning going, oh.
Yes, it's never
been
looking
rough
too
this
good
summer.
lately.
And it's really tough, guys, because what are the interest rates on these credit cards?
Oh my God,
22,
record-breaking,
25.
yeah. So we now know that U.S. debt has surpassed the $1 trillion mark. That's for the first time ever in history. But new numbers from Bankrate show that 60% of those who carry a credit card balance, they've been in debt for at least a year. That's up 10% from 2021. And what's interesting about this study from Bankrate is that those households making more than $100,000 a year or more are more likely to carry that debt long term. 72% of credit card debtors in that income bracket have credit card debt for at least a year, compared to 70% for those households making $80,000 to $99,000 a year. For those making $50,000 to $79,000, that number of debtors who have been in credit card debt for at least a year drops to 63%, and it drops even more to 53% for American households making less than $50,000 annually.
I think it speaks to that cumulative effect of high inflation, higher interest rates. I mean, that minimum payment math is just brutal. Like, if you make minimum payments towards the average credit card balance at the average rate, you'll be in debt for more than 17 years.
I know.
That hurt.
Don't make just those minimum payments if you can. Now, looking at debt by age group, 68% of millennials who have credit card debt have had it for at least a year, compared to 62% of Gen Xers and 59% of baby boomers. Now, while credit card interest rates are also at an all-time high, surpassing 20% on average, 0% credit cards, they are everywhere right now, but you have to have pretty good credit to qualify. Some of them will offer you no interest for up to 21 months.
That's good. That's almost 2 years.
Yes. Now, there is a fee too, usually a percentage of what you're transferring over. So, you know, account for that as well. But listen, if you're paying 21% interest and you can get a 0% credit card even for a year to help you, but don't just make minimum payments. Divide how much you owe by that period of time and try to make those payments. Because once that interest-free promotion is over, the rates go really high
usually.
But it's just so interesting to me. You know, I think people think like debt is just a thing for people who are struggling paycheck to paycheck. Now, don't get me wrong, some people making $100,000 here in LA are still paycheck to paycheck.
Absolutely.
But those folks are not immune to the debt as well. We're seeing it on all those income bracket levels.
Is it because they're making six figures, they think they can get there faster?
Yeah, well, what happens is the more money you make, you tend to buy more. You get a more expensive house, a more expensive car, and so you still have debt. You just now have it at a greater level with your greater salary.
All right.
All right, we're all struggling. Great.
I know.
Thanks,
Christine.
Christine.
Thank you.
Sorry, bringing the good news this morning.